What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Boots, Banter, and Beyond, the stories of Irreverent Warriors, the show where stories about how humor and camaraderie have changed lives for the better. I'm your host, as always, Eric Schessel. Today on the show, we're joined by local coordinator Matt Parsons from IW Philly. What's going on? How you doing, brother?
I am doing wonderful actually right now. I'm down here visiting my buddy, enjoying some nice weather. It's beautiful. It's 80 degrees, so I can't complain at all.
Where exactly are you at right now?
I'm in Orlando right now, hanging out with Bubba.
Nice. Is he there?
Not in the house at this right second. We left him at the pool to come back so I can do this. But yeah, he'll be here shortly. You'll be surprised if he does not walk in the middle of this. I'd be surprised.
If he does, I'm here for it. Whatever. It's fine. Before we jump into the meat and potatoes of the episode, I got to take a moment to do a quick event promotion. So we have, bam, I can pull it up. Look at that, doing all the things. All right, so this is the Irreverent Warriors and Grunt Style Foundation Veteran Wellness Retreat. We talk about experiencing this retreat designed specifically for veterans seeking peace, understanding, and renewed purpose. The immersive program combines proven therapeutic techniques with innovative healing approaches, creating a unique space for personal transformation. Connect with fellow veterans while exploring various wellness modalities from mindful practices to experiential therapy. The expert-led sessions focus on building resilience, fostering meaningful connections, and developing sustainable mental health strategies. So it's a very good opportunity for healing, growth, and empowerment. And this takes place in Spencer, Indiana from May 16th to 18th. Tickets are only $55. And if that price is too steep, they do have scholarships available for you to apply for, so you could get like all expense paid kind of thing, or at least for the tickets and everything. So head on over to iw.com or reach out to Stacy from IW Vincennes to get more info. That sounds like a lot of fun. I wish I was able to go to that, because all the modalities and stuff that we do with therapy, we get the Silkies Hike, and then there's equine therapy. There's other things like acupuncture, and we talk about marijuana and other things like mushrooms and stuff like that, like all the psychedelic type things, which are not your normal prescribed type things, which are good because they're not pills.
Yeah, I wish I could go, but it's like I'm in Florida this week, and then literally I come back on Thursday. I'm going to the annual conference, and I come back, and it's my hike. It's just like bam, bam, bam. I can't. It's just too much.
I hear you, because it's similar for me. So this weekend, I'm doing the Tough Rock up in Boston, and then will be a conference the following week. So there's just a lot going on. So it's a bit much to compile all that stuff. But if I had the free time and I was able to be out there, I would definitely participate, because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, being busy isn't bad as long as it's not too much. And I feel like that would be just one extra thing I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta make sure. Yeah, we got to make sure we take care of ourselves, right? We can't just overload ourselves. So before we get into your Silkies Hike, we want the listeners who don't know who the Matt Parsons is, want to know more about you. So talk to us, give us your branch of service, your job title, etc., your experience in the military, and all that stuff before we get into IW.
Okay, I am actually on my terminal leave, retirement from the Army. This is why I got a little bit of facial hair going on finally. I'm trying to work this out. I never actually got to grow a beard my whole life because I've been in the Army for 25 years. So originally I joined as 11 Bravo Infantry, and then these past 10 years I became the devil himself and became a recruiter. So I've been recruiting in Philadelphia since 2015, and this is how I retired out of it.
Nice. Well, congratulations on your retirement. 25 years. That's awesome.
Long.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after? Like once you've gotten out, like what's your plan?
I have like two main avenues. Like if one doesn't go through, if I don't like the other one, like I plan to go to either like school for like IT, because they have the vocational rehab where I can go to school for free with that one.
Yep.
If you're a certain percentage disabled, which I am. Or I apply for like TSA. So I might just go do airport security in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, IT always sounds like something that's always going to be needed. As long as you stay up to date with current technologies and the educational side of the house, because I know that as technology changes, IT requirements are going to change and all that stuff. So it can be difficult, but it also could be really, really rewarding.
Yeah, and plus, like they say recruiting isn't sales, but recruiting is 1,000% sales, and I don't like doing sales. And like infantry, I can't really do that job legally in the United States because like there's how
Not
often
yet.
you get to shoot things and blow stuff up. I can't do that. So
Right.
I need to find outside of what I already learned in the Army job wise.
Well, yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, yeah, IT does sound like a lot of fun. I don't know, man. You might get a lot of people that just travel through Philly just to mess with you as if you work in TSA.
Oh,
Like
for sure.
I could see that. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people from IW being like, you know where we need to fly through? We need to fly through Philly and mess with Matt for a day.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I'm like, come
I can
on.
see it happening.
Let me get the rubber glove on here real quick. We're doing full search.
All of y'all are getting full cavity searches.
Mm-hmm.
Well, still, that's awesome. Congratulations on
Thanks.
your terminal leave and your retirement. That's awesome. How did you find out about Irreverent Warriors? So you've been doing the recruiter and all that stuff, but how did you find out about IW?
So I found out through like TikTok. I was on TikTok and I was working with Vet TV. I
Okay.
was part of their online content creation group. There was like 10 of us or so, and Donnie came out. Donnie O'Malley was like, "Hey, we need you guys to go to these Silkies hikes." I said, "I don't know what a Silkies hike is." He's like, "Here's a website. Go look it up. Find the one closest to you." And Philly was the first one actually, and the closest one. So I was like, "All right," I signed up for it. And me and this other guy Tyler went to this one. And I met a whole bunch of people on the first hike. I was like, "Oh wow, I like this." And then it just kind of then from there I did the 9/11 Gettysburg hike and then DC hike. Like it was all bang, bang, bang. And Gettysburg hike is actually where I met Bubba. So, and from that day, I've been friends with Bubba since like 2021, I guess.
Nice. And I mean, and you're in a good area because you have a bunch of hikes that are right around you, like in your
Mhm.
area. So you got obviously your Philly hike, your mainstay, and then the Jersey hike, the Delaware hike, the DC hike, and then maybe even I don't know how far away Pittsburgh is, but I mean Pittsburgh
Yeah.
is in the opposite direction, right? So you've got all those hikes that are right by you.
Yeah, I help run the Jersey hike too. Like Derek is the LC, and I'm on his team to help out with that as well. So I'm a glutton for punishment. And I like to work, I guess. But yeah, it's a
Nothing
good
wrong
area.
with that.
There's like 6 local hikes in my area, which is great.
Right. Oh yeah, and New York City as
Mhm.
well, right? I can't leave them out.
Yeah.
So now here's a curious question for you, because I know in the sports world, Pittsburgh and Philly absolutely hate each other, right? And so,
Go
is
Birds.
there a congrats on the Super Bowl win? I was so glad that somebody actually stomped the hell
Me too.
out of the Chiefs because I'm a Bills fan, born and raised in
I like the
Buffalo.
Bills.
So
Yeah.
they're a hard team to hate, even if you're not a fan. Like it's like the Bills, they deserve something, and every year it's the damn Chiefs that just get in our way. So I was so glad when you guys just absolutely pummeled the crap out of them. It was
I
a
felt
beautiful thing to watch.
I feel bad for the Bills because you guys are getting screwed over because the Patriots had your division for years. They had their whole dynasty, and then they finally fall off, and you're like, Bills time. And then the Chiefs
Yep.
come in, nope.
Right. We'll get over the hump eventually. We're always just that close.
Mhm.
Even if we'd beaten the Chiefs, though, I don't think we would have beaten you guys the way that your defensive line was playing. I don't think that would have been a thing that happens.
Yeah, I think they were also kind of pissed about the last time we played the Chiefs. They wanted like revenge on that one too. So it's kind of good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that could have to do with it. But so back to the rivalry between Pittsburgh and Philly. Like, so is there a rivalry between your guys' hikes as well? Like, is that a thing or just out of curiosity?
I started it a little bit with it wasn't Casey. It was the girl right after. I can't remember her name. I feel like I'm terrible with names. But I was like, hey, let's start like a little intermingle like hike rivalry, a friendly one. Like me and her planned it, so I started like throwing memes about Pittsburgh in their group, and then she started throwing, and we started this huge like inner rivalry, a meme war. And then like IW reached out, they're like, "Hey, you guys go?" I was like, "Oh yeah, no, we totally planned this." Like, oh, all right, just making sure it's like not actually guys mad. I'm like, no, we're good. Yeah.
I love how IW tries to like mom and dad us. Like if we're having a meme war, they step in and say, Whoa. Are you guys good? Are you guys okay? What is this?" And it's like, "No, we're fine. We're being irreverent. Like that's what we're supposed to be doing."
And they did the same thing when me and Christine were doing our thing, and they're like, "You guys go?" I was like, "Yeah, we're totally fine. Yeah, it's." 100%.
I don't think that I don't think the banter that goes back and forth between you and Christine is ever going to die. Like as long as you guys are both part of IW, like it's going to be a constant.
That's our relationship. We just give each other so much crap. It's who we are. It's accepted.
Absolutely. It's
I
awesome.
I got to figure out what's. Maybe I'll bring my sweatsuit back to conference again this year. My Christine sweatsuit, just to kind of bring it back to life.
Is she going?
She should be, yeah. As far as I know, let me double check before I go out and bring that.
Right, because I mean, we're already bringing sleeping bags and pillows and all kinds of other stuff. And a sweat outfit might be a bit much to try to pack everything else we got to bring.
I don't think her cardboard cutout would fit in my suitcase. So yeah.
You don't want to get that damaged either.
No, the guys from Delaware messed it up when they stole it from me at the Delaware hike last year. They kind of broke it a little bit. So I'm a little mad about that one, but it's fine.
Damn it, Brandon.
Right.
So, all right. So you went to a bunch of hikes and stuff like that when you first got started. So what made you want to be a local coordinator? Like, how did you get into that?
Bubba actually talked to me about it. He approached me. He's like, "You ever think about doing this?" I was like, "I don't know. Like maybe." He's like, "Talk to Mark." And Mark was the human resources guy at the time, and he's like,
"Yep,
like, sit down with me." So at the New York hike, like at the meet after the meet, was it New York or Pittsburgh? I think it was Pittsburgh. We sat down like with a meet and greet, and he interviewed me basically there. He's like, "I feel like you'd be a really good fit for it." And then, yeah, my first year is me and this other guy, Alex, kind of like tag team Philly. And then he had to step back for personal reasons. So I just kind of took over the reins and been running since this is my third year now.
Yeah. Are you enjoying it? You having a good time with it?
I'm like 95% enjoying it. Like you know how it is. Like I love planning these hikes, and there's some things that just drive me crazy about planning a hike. Like literally I had to change my whole lunch stop around because they said I was going to be able to use it before. Then they just quoted me $10,000 to use their lunch spot as lunch. I was like, not doing that. So I had to change my whole route again. Yeah.
That jumps out. That happens.
But, right. So it was a quick little pivot, but I'm glad I checked it. So we'll move on. We'll survive.
Yeah. Like there's hey, by the way, surprise, $10,000. We need it.
Right.
Like, oh, no.
And I was going to use them as my meet and greet spot too. And they wanted to charge me $2,500 for the meet and greet spot. So I was canceled it all together and found another spot that were totally cool. They brought us them for free. I was like, hell yeah. So
nice. So, all right. So you've been a local coordinator for 3 years, like you were saying.
Mm-hmm.
What's your why? What does IW mean to you? Like I know you've been around for a while. And I personally know you through like the conferences and through random Facebook memes and stuff like that, and a lot of the goofy side. But I want to know like what's your why? Like what does IW mean to
you? Honestly, it really the reason why I like continue to do IW stuff. It brought back it gave me a circle of people. After I got divorced in 2020, and like it sucks. It's for the better, but it sucks. Getting divorced. Nobody wants to get divorced. I lost like most of my friends in that, so I really didn't have anybody to talk to. And then right after that, like I met one friend and we hung out. But then the IW hike came, and I was like, "Ooh, friend, ooh, friend, ooh, friend, friend." So it just brought back my little circle of my group. Like now I have two of my best friends I met at Silkies Hikes, Bubba and Derek. And then and so I like running the IW hikes because I know what they did for me, and I'm hoping that somebody coming to one of these hikes will help change their if they're going down a dark path, kind of help bring them back into the light. Because I feel like you don't really see anybody sad at these hikes. Granted, for like when we go to New York City, we hit the 9/11 towers. That's sad. That's understandable.
Yeah.
But like at a regular, just walking through, like nobody's sad. Everybody's happy. Everybody's walking. They're talking with their friends. They're having a good time, listening to music, and I feel like it's so good for people in this environment.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. It's very good to give back and seeing what the organization has done for you and for me, and then being able to turn on and make sure that everybody else feels that same way.
Yeah, I like Derek always says, like when Derek talks about his little post hike thing, he's like, whether you guys think it, no, it's night. I was like, you save lives, and I would like to think, I hope that maybe the Philadelphia hike has saved somebody's life, or at least put them right back on the track. I mean, I'm hoping like what we're doing is good. I feel like it is. Like,
Yeah, no, same. Yeah, because I
that's why I
mean,
do
if
it.
you're sorry, what was that?
That's why I do it. I just want to like give people that environment, like a good hike and a good environment to come to and meet with people.
Absolutely. I mean, and at the end of the day, if we save one life, per year for our hike, then mission accomplished, as far as I'm concerned, right?
For sure. Yeah.
So speaking of your hike, when is your hike? We're gonna pull this up, and bloop, there we
May
go. Look
3rd.
at that.
May 3rd.
There it is.
So I'm a Star Wars nerd, and I've always tried to put it near Star Wars Day.
Okay.
Although I probably won't be doing that going forward because it seems that Philadelphia has an MS walk the same day as our hike 2 years in a row, and it's also Kentucky Derby weekend, which causes issues. So I'm gonna try to push it to the second week. As much as it hurts my heart to get away from Star Wars Day, just just scheduling wise with the city of Philadelphia, it just makes more sense. But yeah, May 3rd in 2 Saturdays, 3 Saturdays.
Two,
Yeah, 3. Yeah,
something like that.
yeah, 3 weeks.
Well, right. Well, this will actually air the Monday of your hike. So when this airs, when we do this, it'll actually be you're about 5 days away.
Okay, so the hike is this Saturday. Come on out. Register for the love. Register, please, before the hike.
Yep. Don't be showing up. Don't be one of those people that shows the day up. Be like, hey, I'm here to register. No, it's bad. And look at the thing. You've got the QR code right there. You can scan the QR code on your phone while you're watching this right now. As we leave this up here, you can scan that QR code and register. If you don't register, you're wrong.
And Cedar Green is like a really cool spot. So it's like a rooftop, think of it like a rooftop park, I guess. So it's on top of a parking garage, and it's all grass area that looks over the whole city. It's really cool. At nighttime, they show movies there and stuff, and they have drinks at nighttime. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a really cool starting spot.
Nice. So one thing I wanted to ask you specifically about this. So your logo. So it is a iconic combination of military history as well as Philadelphia as the heart and soul in sports. So how did you guys come up with that? And all that? I want to hear the story behind the logo.
So Alex, the guy who I was running the hike with before, it was his idea originally. And I was like, I love that idea. He's like, well, it's not copyright because it's not exact replicas of the Eagles and the Phillies mascots, so we can't get copyright for it. So, and it's such a huge Marine Corps history city, and most of my hike is Marine Corps. It's I talk a lot of crap about the Marines. I love them, but like I'm surrounded by Marines constantly. So it's like we always hit the Ton Tavern because it's the Marine Corps birthplace, and we have the Ton Tavern logo or the Marine Corps Iwo Jima flag thing. So it's not only for Marines, but like I feel like if it's mostly Marine hike, we kind of lean towards some more Marine stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I mean so what are the mascots you guys have in there? Because you got 4, right, to match the number of people from that monument.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's Swoop is on there, the Eagles mascot. There is Gritty, the Flyers mascot. There is the Fanatic, who's the Phillies Did I say him already?
Nope.
No. Phillies mascot, and there's Franklin, which is the Sixers mascot.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty sure his name's Franklin.
You got Yeah. No, so that's cool. Like when you had sent me the logo, I was like, that I've seen it, and I've always wanted to ask about how that came to be, because like that's actually like a perfect mesh between like military and the city itself. Like I love the logo. It's awesome.
Yeah, I really like it too. I saw that. I was like, yes, I wish it could be like a little bit more detailed, but obviously we can't do more detail because copyright infringement and all that. But I like it.
No, it's pretty. It's one of the probably one of the best ones out of all of IW. Not trying to throw shade at anybody else, like, but it's because it has all that duality. So I like it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, please throw shade. It is the best one. You heard it right here, people. The best hike logo.
No, I didn't say it was the best. It's one of the best. Don't start putting that.
I said it's the best.
So what? I mean, I know we kind of touched on it with one of your previous spots. But what are some of the struggles you had getting the hike together this year?
mean, everything was pretty smooth. I mean, we had the good right a certain can't talk. We had the right amount of funds to put our hike together and provide everything for the hikers. Like I said, the only struggle was like just adjusting, pivoting from. Well, I had to change my route twice because the MS Walk was blocking one of our first stops, so we had to change our first point to go around the MS Walk because we can't interrupt them, which is fine. I get it. And then I had to readjust the lunch spot. Other than that, everything went pretty smooth. It's just finding the time to get my team together and like, here's the route. Let's figure it out. Let's walk through it. It's because we're all adults. We all have lives. We all have kids. Well, most of us have kids. And it's hard finding the time to get everybody together to do things.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Totally. How is, I know, because obviously there's a lot of military history in Philly itself. How, like, do you guys need permits or anything to run your hike, or?
Yes. Unfortunately, Philly's very bureaucratic. So last year I needed like 3 different permits because we need the special events permit. We needed a permit for the park where we started at, and then we also needed a Parks and Rec permit for any park or recreational area in the city of Philadelphia. It's like, oh, this is this much. This is this much. It was like $750 worth of permits we had. Now it's not anywhere like I heard New York's like in the thousands, so I can't really complain. But I deliberately stayed away from certain Parks and Rec areas, so I don't have to pay the Parks and Rec fine or the Parks and Rec permit this year. So
Are you guys, yeah, are you guys escorted by like Philly PD or anything like that throughout the day, or?
the first year I went, we were only because someone called the cops on us because we had a color guard at the park, and someone said there was a bunch of armed white dudes in this park. So the cops came, like, "Hey, what's going on?" And like, "Oh, we're doing this." And they're like, "Oh, we'll just give you an escort for the rest of the day because we like what you're doing." But it's not. Last year we probably could have used one because we were walking down some streets that were people were trying to get through and like trying to come through our hike with their vehicles. But it wasn't like the greatest part of the city, so I adjusted. I tried to change the route up last year to go from basically the stadiums up to Center City and Tun Tavern and back to the stadiums. Like he's walked through some like dicey, not like bad areas, but like not good areas. And that's
Right.
where, so I changed it up a little bit this year again, back to previous ones.
Well, I got to keep everybody safe.
Yeah, it was just a long hike. It was all 12 miles last year.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. And it was in like June or July too, so it was like hot and long. So I was like, I won't do that. It's more like 8 miles this year.
Well, we all know that you like it hot and long, so.
I do. That's why that's why I hang out with the Navy guys.
Yeah.
As you saw from the picture too, the hot dog.
Yeah, it's kind of where that came from. So with I know what's going on with Tun Tavern, because I know that they were supposed to have it rebuilt or whatever, and I don't know if you guys are actually going to be using it as a spot, but I had been kind of keeping up with the construction and all that stuff. So give us a rundown of what's going on over there.
Once it opens, I would love to use that as one of our hike stops. I mean, I feel like I have to. At least if they won't let me stop in there, at least walk by it because it's the Tun Tavern. Like you gotta stop by there. So it's there. I was at the groundbreaking ceremony this past year. I don't have an ETA of when it's supposed to be done. I'm hoping this year. I think it's supposed to be done this year, but I don't think it'll be done. It won't be done before my hike, so it's not going to be included into my hike route. But next year, it definitely will be.
Absolutely. No, I mean, again, the history and everything like that. So it makes a lot of sense.
They also offer it makes sense for locals. You can buy a stein. I think it's like $500 or $1,000, and it's like free refills for life. Yeah,
It might be worth it.
right. I was like, maybe.
I mean, I guess depending on how often you go, like I don't drink a whole lot, right? So I'm not going to get the value out of that. It would take me the rest of my life to get that value,
Mhm.
But somebody that would be there like every week or even like every couple of days and throwing a few back would get that value easily.
Right, like 5 beers a time, and I don't know how much beers cost in that particular area of the city. Maybe like
Yeah.
$8-10.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Ouch.
it's in the what part of the city is that? Like historical area. I forget. I'm drawing a blank on the actual part of the name of the city, but it's like right. It's like right there. It's right down the road from the actual Tun Tavern post part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. So we're talking about the hike, and we talk about Tom Tavern. You're going to go by there. What else do you guys have planned for the hike? You know, this is the 10-year anniversary of IW. Do you have anything special planned? What juice can you give us without giving everything away? We don't want all the details, because then it's like, I've already seen the preview. I don't want to go to the hike anymore. So what do you got?
So Independence Hall is something we have to hit every year. It's like one of the staples of like Liberty Bell and Independence Hall. Like if you've never seen it in person, it's history. It's the creation of our country. Like you got to see it.
Yep.
So our one stop is like literally like Liberty Bell is right there, and Independence Hall is like right in front of you. Like it's such a cool area. I unfortunately cannot do the art museum this year with the Rocky Steps. The MS Walk is walking right through there, and they told us we cannot intersect. I was like, it's the Rocky Museum. It's like it's the art museum. It's the Rocky Steps and the Rocky statue. It's like Philadelphia, but I can't do that. But yeah, it's just like we will hit like we'll check out like all the major points. I'm really hoping the portal is back open by then, because we have like New York City had the portal, that thing that goes right to Ireland.
Oh yeah, where people were flashing and say I had to shut it down because people got inappropriate with it.
Yeah, so Philly has one. They took it down temporarily, and I think somebody stripped the copper out of it, because why wouldn't you?
Not surprised.
So I think they're trying to get that back up. So I'm hoping it's up for our hike, because I think it'd be really cool to have 150, military personnel in tiny shorts in front of a portal and like posted as Ireland. They can be like, "What's going on here?"
What is that?
Yeah,
probably scare a lot of women and children.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but those are like the Ton Tavern is one of the main ones, and hopefully this portal works out. So it's I don't want to give everything away, because OPSEC, and I don't want people to know where we're going. But
right, yeah, of course.
We're
you gotta save some of the excitement for the hike.
Mm-hmm. Every major part of the city, we're going to be hitting some portion of history and military history too.
All right.
Something to do with Ben Franklin, maybe.
Ooh. You mentioned that people gutted the portal. Take it down. It reminds me of, I don't know if you remember this, but I think it was a robot that was traveling from city to city, and it was like just some friendly robot, like you could take your picture with it, and all it was doing was just exploring on its own kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it's like it was in the United States for all like I think a week or a month before it just went to Philly, and the thing just got massacred like in Philly. Like you guys just destroyed it. Like it didn't even stand a chance.
It was hitchhiking throughout. I think it was went in Canada first, right? It was all through Canada, and then came to the United States, and it hit the Philly, and
like right at its infancy in touring the U.S. Started up in the Northeast, and then got its way down into Philly, and then all of a sudden feels like, nah, you're done.
Right. I can't defend that, honestly. I'll defend Philly for a lot of things, but it's the robot I can't defend. It's the only thing I can think of is maybe it had like a cowboy sticker on it, and they were like, "Oh hell no!" Like
that definitely, or a Pittsburgh sticker.
Right, maybe that. If it came down to New York, maybe it had a Giant sticker on it, and that might get destroyed too. But I don't know.
Yeah. So all right, so we're going to circle back. So with Philly sports, right? So you guys, obviously, Philly and Pittsburgh are enemies, right? You're on opposite sides, right? You guys don't like each other. Because New York is so close, are there New York teams that you guys like and don't like? Like, because I mean, for you've got for hockey, you have like the Jersey Devils and the Rangers, and the New York Islanders. For football, you've got the Jets and the Giants. Are there teams that you guys do or don't like and don't like in New York, or do you just hate all New York teams?
I think it's just the Giants that we hate. Like the Jets aren't like they're not in our division. We don't really see the Jets very often, so it's like it's like I don't want to say nobody cares about the Jets. It's like it's just not a team that's on our mind. Like we hate the Cowboys, we hate the Giants, we hate the Chiefs, we hate the Patriots. Like
that's fair. And I don't think anybody likes the Jets. Like nobody's Jets fans. We can
like Commanders. Like I wouldn't say we hate the Commanders. I think they're doing really good this past year. I think they're doing really great. Like we never hated the Commanders. Not. I wouldn't wear a Commanders jersey to Philadelphia, especially at the stadium. But
nope.
I tried to explain this to like all my new recruiters that were coming in. I was like, listen, if you guys want to go to an Eagles game, wonderful. if you're not an Eagles fan, I would suggest not wearing your jersey to the stadium. They're like, why? I'm like, because you're gonna get stuff thrown at you. Like, it's not that bad. I'm like, it's that bad. Like, it's that bad.
It's that bad.
It's that bad. He's like, sure. I'm like, I'm positive. I'm positive. I was at the first year, though, 2018 Eagles Falcons playoff game. I was in the parking lot just hanging out, and this dude walks through in a Matt Ryan jersey, and people were throwing glass bottles at this dude walking through the parking lot. I was like, ooh. Like, I like to talk crap, but like, I'm not gonna throw a glass bottle at somebody. But this is a bunch of Philly people don't have the same mindset. So
yeah, I would never wear a Bills jersey or any other jersey to any Philly sports event. I've seen the videos. I know how bad it can get. I'm gonna buy a Philly jersey or a T-shirt just to be undercover. I'm not dealing with it.
It's pretty rough in there. Like, you might get a good section where people just talk crap, and it's like, if you have fun with it and just don't be a jerk back to them, like, you're fine. Like, it's the people who get like, oh, what are we gonna do about it and try to fight? You're not gonna try to fight the whole stadium. So that's yeah. That's why I said
all Bills fans do is jump through tables, man. That's it. That's all we got.
That's such a good thing, though. I would love to do that.
I've helped a few years ago. I was at a game, and there was a very, very hefty individual. He was probably over 300 pounds that wanted to run and jump through a table. And so there were a couple of us that were waiting for him to just run. Like, it was just a tailgate. Like, I just happened to be walking by and this was happening. And so he ran towards the table, and me and this other guy like picked him up by the waist on each side so that he could get enough elevation to go up in the air and then land through the table. It was pretty epic.
Oh, yeah, it's cold. It's so cold up there. These people are crazy. It's like Green Bay cold. I feel like it's like upstate New York and Green Bay are very similar in temperature wise. Absolutely. And you see people out there in just no shirt, just hanging out. I don't get it. Yeah. I'm bundled up. I don't care. I want to be warm.
No, it's T-shirt and shorts all year round. Flip flops, we're good.
It's crazy. It's too crazy for me.
Let's go back to the IW stuff. If you were to come across somebody in Philly or anywhere else, and they either had not heard about Irreverent Warriors, or they had heard about Irreverent Warriors and haven't made it their way out to a hike, what do you tell them? How do you get them to come out to your events and stuff like that?
I mean, I tell them it's risk free. Like, you don't have to pay. Some people pay for their ticket. I'm like, $5 or $7. Like, cool. If you don't pay, I understand. Like, so you come there and you get free breakfast, you get free lunch, you get to meet a whole bunch of other people who have been through very similar situations as you. And you never know who you're going to meet. Like I said, I literally met my two best friends at hikes. I'm in Orlando right now. My daughter has a cheerleading competition in Orlando, which is the main reason why I came here. But I'm staying with one of my best friends because like he offered it. I was like, oh yeah, thanks. Like, I appreciate it. Like, and you never know. Like, I literally talk to my other best friend Derek every single day of my life, all because of these IW hikes. And like, he has gotten me through a whole bunch of stuff. I've gotten him through a whole bunch of stuff, and it's worth it to come out just to check it out, because you never know. You never know who you're going to meet, what's going to happen. Worst case scenario, you get there, you're like, I hate this. Then leave. You can leave. It's fine. Like, but I've never seen anybody get there and be like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to be here. Never, not once. So it's zero risk, all reward.
Absolutely. Well, I think that about wraps it up. I can't wait to see photos of your hike, videos of your hike, and everything like that comes through. I wish I was going to be able to come down and hang out, because Philly is one of the hikes that I do want to go to because of the military history and stuff like that. But unfortunately, I'm going to miss it this year. But I can't wait to see how your hike goes, and I hope it's a huge success. I hope that you don't have any issues with the MS hike that's going on. You guys don't cross paths, and I hope that it's everything that you and your team want it to be.
Yeah, we crossed paths with them last year, and they were totally fine. I was like, what's going on? Like, oh, it's a MS walk. I was like, oh, hey. And I actually met some Air Force vets in the middle of that hike. And so I was like, come on out to our hike next year. So, but yeah,
you didn't try to pull them mid-hike?
Yeah, I was like, come on, let's go. But I always love the Mike Tyson quote. Everybody has a plan until he gets punched in the face, right? And it's like, I have a plan. I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm waiting for that first little jab to get me off my route. So I'm
Well,
ready
hopefully you don't have to worry about the
pivot.
jab.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to block and pivot. So I'm good.
Bob and weave, bob and weave.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I believe there you have it. We want to thank Matt for spending some time with us tonight. Thank you again so much for coming and hanging out with us. Really, really appreciate it. Everybody, thank you for listening and tuning in. Be sure to take an opportunity to share this episode far and wide so that we can bring hopefully a little humor and camaraderie to anybody who might listen. Until next time, stay irreverent, my friends.